Hi everybody, this is Raina and this is my March stack review. If you haven't watched before, this is where I review all the comics that I purchased in whatever month it happens to be. I'm squeaking just under the line here. I actually didn't think I was going to get to do this, but I'm changing things up a little. I usually do these in my office, but my office is a huge mess and it really needs to be cleaned up.
Clean up this mess!
I just did not have the time to do that before doing this. It was either clean my office or do a stack review, so stack review one. Anyway, I'm just going to get into this because I have a lot of comic books here. And geez, this was a mixed month for me, really. So I decided to categorize this time because I wanted to make it a little different. So we're going to go with subscriptions and blind buys, okay? And then this here is a little different because it was a blind buy, but it is something that I would have subscribed to had I been a little bit more aware of it. So let's just talk about it. One series that I've been following for 4 issues now is Refrigerator Full of Heads, which is doing exactly what it's supposed to do. It's weird and really bloody. Really bloody. 1980s period piece about a refrigerator full of heads. And why? Well, I think you should maybe just pick this up. It's really bizarre. If you like horror comics and you like stories that you haven't really read before, I would pick this up. I'm not in love with it, but it's keeping me attached to it. I keep coming back. So there's something there, for sure. So if you like splatter punk stuff, you're going to dig this. So Refrigerator Full of Heads. Again, this is my subscription stack. Elvira Meets Vincent Price, the final issue of Elvira Meets Vincent Price, which is very sad because I really liked this series because, again, it's doing exactly what you expect it to do. I really felt like they captured Vincent Price and Elvira at the same time. And I could have seen this kind of continue for a long time, but all good things must come to an end, right? And so it did. And we won't get any more Vincent Price and Elvira, although I think we should. I would really like, could just Vincent just pop in every now and then during Elvira's regular different offshot series? That'd be fun, like, come on. This is a big seller. Shamefully, I don't subscribe to all of the Elvira output. I guess I should, but this one obviously kind of sold itself to me because it's Vincent Price and Elvira. So yeah, this is a lot of stupid fun. If you like either one of these characters or both of these characters, you'll dig it. So yeah, pick that up if you're into those things. Again, not disappointed with this series. Didn't do anything too miraculous, but it entertained me, and it was very much in the spirit of both those two icons who I love dearly. This one I've been looking forward to for a while. Jeff Lemire and Dustin Nyan's new series, Little Monsters. Jeff Lemire and Dustin Nyan did Descender and Ascender together. This is a post-apocalyptic tale about a bunch of little kids who appear to be immortal vampire children. Of course, I love Dustin's art. Are you kidding me? But I was kind of missing the watercolor stuff, which you can see showcased on the front and in the art in the back here. If any of you ever read Ascender and Descender, Dustin's watercolor art was showcased throughout each of those series, and it was beautiful, and kind of missing that there. But I'm already subscribed to it. I'm a big Jeff Lemire fan, even though I feel like he's been spread a little thin recently, and it's kind of showing. Sorry, Jeff. Sorry. Take a vacation, man. Anyway. So, Little Monsters, pretty good start. It's the kind of thing that I wish... Jeff Lemire's writing, I feel like it tends to blossom out as it goes along, and I feel like this is a good first issue, but it might not grab people who aren't aware that Jeff's stories have a really natural progression that kind of grow. We'll see. This creative team is so dynamic, and actually, while we're on it, the thing is, at the back of each one of these things, I'm really looking forward to this Razor Blades thing that's coming out in July. I love an anthology. I'm such a sucker for an anthology, which I think I mentioned in a different video. Anyway, so this is a 3 for here. Okay, we got Fantastic Four, The Reckoning War, Fantastic Four number 40, and Fantastic Four number 41. Now, as I've explained before, I am a subscriber to Fantastic Four, out of habit and out of support for my illustrated family of choice. Do I love what's going on here? No, I don't. I don't really care for crossovers. I don't care for these big events. I mean, does anybody anymore? I cannot remember the last time there was a big crossover event that I was excited about. Do you know that I think it was maybe House of M or God, do you guys remember the first big crossover that happened? Like really, really big, which was Age of Apocalypse, which kind of changed the whole Marvel universe for 4 months. That was cool. This is kind of boring. I would honestly rather read about, Johnny Storm having an existential crisis because he can't flame off, and Ben and Alicia kind of wrangling their Kree Skrull children. It's okay. I just don't love it, but I will read it because it's Fantastic Four. I just hope it ends soon. Okay, so Reign, which I ended up with 2 copies of the second issue because I'm an idiot. And the third issue. So Reign is a comic series by Joe Hill. Really interesting illustrated, really emotional, bloody, strange. The first issue of Reign was excellent. It was such a new concept. It was really heartbreaking the way everything unfolded. And then I read issue 2, and it wasn't that great. I mean, the writing was still good. The art was still great. But it went from this really stellar new idea to kind of spiraling down into post-apocalyptic tropes. I am subscribed to it. I'll continue to be subscribed to it for another 2 issues. I don't know yet about Reign. I loved the first issue, and now I'm just kind of like, oh, look, okay. Like I said, a little disappointed with some of the stuff this month. Anyway, on to the blind buys, which is always fun. Slumber is a strange horror series about killings that are going on in people's sleep and stuff, and like really it's and like surreal dreamscapes and all sorts of gobbledygook inside people's heads. And the thing about this is that I wrote a book called Quiet in 2019 that I'm still transcribing and editing, and it's very similar to this plot. So I might be a little biased in saying like fuck you, just a little bit. It's really, really similar. But I'm going to keep reading it to see just how similar it is. Maybe I might scrap that whole idea. Whatever. Rad Wraith was a blind buy. I did not get this from my typical comic shop. This, it's a skateboarding zombie guy. It kind of reminded me of Toxic Avenger in a way, except with a skateboard and a zombie. I am not the target demographic for this comic book, although I found it lots of fun reading it in the Airbnb that I stayed at with my friends last few weekends ago in Maine. Yeah, we went to a show, and I went to the comic book store, and I picked up a bunch of junk, and this was part of it. But this is really fun if you're into horror and zombie and like just, this is for some people, just probably not for me to continue reading it. I wasn't that engaged, but I thought it was fun, and I know a lot of people out there are going to like it. So if you're into kind of splatter, revenge, zombies, skateboarding things, this is right up your alley. I really suggest it to people who are into that because you're really not going to go wrong. Pentagram of Horror. Ooh, so the art in this is so good. Ooh, it's so like drippy and deliciously icky, and like, oh, I love the like 3 tones. The story was interesting. I'll probably pick up another issue of this. Really interested to see what Black Caravan does. I'm not sure I love all of their storylines, but I love their ideas. Okay, I love their ideas, and I keep coming back to see what's going to happen with it all. So Yeah, Pentagram of Horror. If I think it seems like it's going to be a different story each issue. I hope so. So yeah, we'll see. Really great art though. I mean, yeah. Uh, Rockstar and Softboy. I believe this is a one shot. This was about these two roommates, these two gay roommates who are just like very oppositional, and it's a story about friendship and queer life, and it was sweet. It was really really sweet. I really liked it. I don't think this is going to be a series, but I'd like to see more about these two characters. That it was really fun, and they have a cat that is personified as a lady who reminds me of Parker Posey, which was really cool. Anyway, so yeah, this was, it's more of like a slim graphic novel than a comic book, but if you're into queer stories and stories about friendship, you might want to pick this up. Very very fun. And last here in my blind buys is this thing, Count Crowley, which I really just bought because it was a spooky lady with a white streak in her hair. Bias much? I have no idea what's going on here. I think I'm probably coming into this blind off of something else. It must be related to something else. I didn't look it up. I just was like, oh, she looks fun. She's sexy. We look at that hair and look at these monsters and stuff. There was a lot of references to other things that I'm unaware of. I liked the ending. It was cool. I probably won't get another issue though, if I'm honest. I just, yeah. I liked how she looked. And I was like, yeah, sure, okay. And last of all, and most excited about, is the new She-Hulk series. I love She-Hulk! Okay. She-Hulk, for me, works best when she is a lawyer who moonlights as a superhero. That's not what's going on here, and that's okay because I feel like they're setting up a larger thing. I got these two issues. I love Jen Walters, and I love anything that they have her doing, really, but I'm not going to see her in lament a past series, but do you guys remember, I think it was 2014, the She-Hulk series that was out then, and it was really just about her, like, representing superheroes and stuff, and fighting, you know, different villains, but also still being a lawyer. I loved that, and I hope that we get to some of that. Jack of Hearts is around in here, and I was never really a big fan of Jack of Hearts, but it seems like he's getting some spotlight here. He also plays big into the whole Reckoning War over in the Fantastic Four issues I was talking about. So I'm excited about these She-Hulk issues. I like the retro look and the reference here about the X-Men comics, which if anyone is aware of She-Hulk, they know what that's about. So there was a She-Hulk series in the 70s, and it got canceled after a while. And then there was this She-Hulk series in the 90s, and She-Hulk was on the cover saying, if you don't read this comic book, I'm going to come rip up all your X-Men comics. And then there was another She-Hulk series, and she was like, okay, this is your second chance. If you don't read this comic, I'm still going to come rip up your X-Men comics. And then I thought this was pretty funny. It's funny. And She-Hulk comics should be funny, in my opinion. And this is fun. So, not disappointed with this. Unfortunately, I was actually very let down with a lot of what I bought this month. And just a lot of it felt kind of not bad, but just mediocre. Kind of, I don't know. Nothing wowed me really, except I liked the Rockstar and Softboy. That was really sweet. And geez, I'm trying to, okay, let me pick a few standouts. I haven't done this yet. My favorites for the month. God, I want to pick Rain because I really liked the first issue, but I'm not gonna pick it. So I'm gonna pick, yeah, my standouts are probably the She-Hulk series, just because I'm a sucker for this big green lady. Little Monsters, because I'm a sucker for Vampire Children and Jeff Lemire and Dustin Nyan. And Rockstar and Softboy, because I have a soft spot for lovely stories about friendship. That's it. I hope you like my stack review. Hopefully next month is a little more satisfying than this one. But thanks everybody for watching. I keep getting more subscribers, and someone even commented that they like these reviews, so I'm glad I still do them. I wasn't actually going to do one this month. I was kind of like, oh, I don't care, no one cares, and then sometimes it helps to, tell your YouTuber person that you like what they're doing. So thanks for that. That's it. I'm going to go now, and maybe I'll go clean my office, or maybe I'll go to sleep. I'll probably go to sleep. Good night.